fiery souls, relentless hearts, you who carry the weight of the unseen battle inside, you are welcome here, into the crucible of undeniable truth, into the space where steel is forged, where shadows become your allies, where the storm you thought would uproot you, instead becomes the ground you stand upon. You did not just stay calm, you let the storm kill them instead. How the hell did you stay that calm? They ask, trembling, unable to believe what they witness. Because in their chaos you were still, in their rage you were composed, in their dismantling you were unbreakable. Let this be your internal anthem, your dark motivation, crimson in the veins, iron in your spine. You have traveled roads where light was scarce. You have known nights so dense that your thoughts could barely breathe. Yet you did more than survive. You imposed your will. You became the architecture of your own silence. Calm is not the absence of fear. Calm is the furnace where fear is refined, where it is not an enemy but material, raw, to be remade. In that moment, when the storm raged with every intention of tearing you apart, doubt, betrayal, loss, humiliation, you let them lash, you let them thunder, and you stood. You did not respond in kind with clamor or chaos. You allowed the fury to expend itself upon thin air, upon empty threat, upon the illusions others held of your vulnerability. Calm became your shield. Calm became your blade. Let me tell you that there is power beyond what they see. Power in restrained breath. Power in eyes steady, even when hands shake. Power in choosing your reaction over surrendering to instinct. They measure strength by volume, by the roar, by the escalation. But you defined strength. You reconstructed it from the silent center. At first it was terrifying. The storm felt infinite, unrelenting. The thunder in your mind, the broken promises, the echoes of every cut, every wound that never healed. But what you discovered is this: storms are temporary, but how you meet them defines forever. When you stand in the center of ruin, the earth cracking beneath you, when voices howl around you calling you fragile, you become the eye of the storm, calm, unshaken, still, but aware of every gust around you. They think calm means weakness. They think silence means surrender, but you know better. Calm is strategy. Calm is warcraft. You let storms kill them instead. You let their own tempest, their own projections, their own bitterness and venom be swallowed by your stillness. Their words collapse against your chest like hail against steel. Their doubts bounce off the shell you built with every scar you hem in, every memory you rearranged into a fortress. Because in the end, your value is not shaped by what happens around you, but by what you choose to let in, by what you choose to feed, by what you allow to stand in your mind's hallways. You did not let the storm kill you. You let it kill those illusions about yourself, those limiting beliefs, those voices that said you are fragile, that said you are broken. You let them die so you can rise unshackled. People will ask, how the hell did you stay that calm? They will stare, they will whisper. You will not shout. You will not shout because the echo of your silence is more resounding than any scream they could ever muster. Silence is loud when it is weighted with resolve. Calm is noticeable when every possible reaction would have been eruption. Your calm becomes their crash, because they realize they cannot destabilize what refuses to move. You have carried grief so heavy it could bend bones, regrets so sharp they cut at night, shame so cold it numbs the skin. But you have carried all that inside. You have let it settle. You have refused to let it spill. You understood that bleeding does not always show, that strength is not always loud, that letting the storm kill them means letting their expectations die, their presumption that you will fold or fade or fail. When betrayal arrives, when deceit unfolds, when the darkness around you presses thick, your breath, slow, controlled, because real mastery is in pacing your own heart. When everyone's pulse rises, when everyone's voice shakes, you stay steady. Not because you don't feel, but because you will not let feeling become fuel for their narrative. Calm in the midst of the storm is the greatest rebellion. In that calm you are declaring, I own myself. I direct my mind. I choose what parts of others' poison I ingest. I choose what parts of their storms I let unbalance my foundation. You did not just stay calm. You decided to let storms kill those lies they told themselves about your weakness. You let storms kill their confidence that they could shatter you. Let this message lacerate the common scripts, those that tell you to respond, to burn, to erupt. Let this be your new script. Respond with absence of reaction, answer with composed energy, dismantle hatred with quiet persistence. Because storms cannot kill what has already risen from ashes again and again until there is no doubt left to scatter. Inside you is a darkness, the weight of nights you thought would never end, the cold of losses, the solitude, the moments when your own thoughts conspired to drown you. That darkness is not your curse, it is your legacy. From it you extracted clarity, from it you drew boundaries, from it you carved peace. You turned the tempest inward until it cleansed the space, until it purified what remained, until what remained was tempered, sharp, alive. Do not believe for one moment that staying calm is passivity. It is a commitment more brutal than any shout. It is choosing battle on your terms. It is letting the storm kill them instead. Kill their pretenses, kill their mockery, kill their disbelief, kill their overconfidence. While you stand unmoved, they expend themselves in spectacle and fury, and in the end the spectacle fades, the fury dies, and you still exist, solid, steadfast. You deserve to carry this truth. Your calm is not apology. Your calm is not escape. Your calm is territory. Your calm is proof that you survive more than they ever witnessed. When the rain comes, when the lightning cracks, they see only light patterns. What they do not see is the bedrock beneath your feet, the roots entangled with every scar, every lesson, every fall that taught you to rise. Carry this dark motivation forward. In every room of tension, in every argument, in every betrayal, in every fear that whispers you might break, remember, you did not just stay calm, you let the storm kill them instead. Let it kill every lie they tell about you. Let it kill every doubt you allowed into your mind. Let it kill every version of you that believed power was only loud. They will always ask how you stayed that calm. They will always wonder at the silence that followed their attack, at the composure that refused the bait, at the dignity that remained even as they sought to disgrace. You will never have to explain fully, because calm speaks louder than words. Calm reveals strength more vivid than spectacle. Calm builds legacies invisible to shallow eyes. So stand now. Feel the tremor of storms in your past as marks, not as burdens. Let them be your armor, not your chains. Feel the calm in your chest as testament. Every breath you choose instead of reaction, every moment of gathering your peace instead of venting your rage, every instance of waiting instead of lashing. You are winning. The storm was never theirs to control. The storm was yours to endure. They did not just fail to topple you, they were destroyed by their own tempest, by their own expectations, by the violence they brought into room after room, moment after moment, only to find you unmoved. Walk forward in this knowledge. Let its weight push you, not crush you. Let its truth fuel you. Let every waking moment be this claim: I am not what the storm tried to make me. I am what I allowed the storm to kill. All illusions, all lies, all unjust judgments, dead. And from their ruin, I build myself, stronger, darker, luminous in silence, fierce in calm. And when they look at you and whisper, "How the hell did you stay that calm?" you answer with nothing. Your presence is answer enough. Your unbroken posture is the message. Your calm is the myth they can't unravel, the echo of your power that outlasts their storms. So step into that place of quiet dominance. Let them witness the peace in your eyes when everything else rages. Let them feel your shadow never bowed. Let them know storms can kill them. They can destroy their lies, their illusions, their hatred, but they cannot kill you. You didn't just stay calm. You let the storm kill them instead. And that is your winning. And so you walk forward, not as the same person they tried to unravel, not as the person who once questioned if they could endure, but as something new, something forged, something undeniable. Because when the storm tried to define you, you did not flinch, you did not bend, you let it pass. And in its passing, it took with it everything that never belonged to your destiny. There's a rare breed of person who doesn't need to announce their strength. You are becoming that breed. Your silence is not absence. It's a controlled atmosphere. You speak only when necessary, not because you lack the words, but because you know the value of precision. That stillness, that calm you've cultivated is not emptiness. It is focused energy, condensed force, waiting, calculating, becoming more. Because not everyone deserves your fire. Not everyone earns the right to witness your depths. Most try to provoke you, to trigger the storm within, thinking that breaking you means they win, but you give them nothing. You give them silence. You give them presence. You give them the crushing realization that you cannot be baited, cannot be unmade, cannot be reduced to their level of noise. And this is what terrifies them. It's easy to understand chaos. People understand rage. They understand yelling and retaliation and flame. But what they cannot understand, what breaks them, is when you meet their chaos with utter, deliberate stillness. When your face holds nothing, your heart shows nothing, your tone breaks nothing. You watch and you wait and you endure, and they unravel not because of what you do, but because of what you refuse to do. You refuse to give them the reaction they crave, and in doing so, you take everything from them. Calm is not just a defense, it is a weapon. It is sharper than any insult. It is heavier than any blow. It speaks to the level of mastery you've earned in your quiet hours, in your lonely moments, in the private wars you fought with no audience. They don't know how many times you've broken down. They don't know how many nights you wept into silence. But it shows in how you rise, in how nothing moves you now, in how the fire they bring only burns themselves. That's why they whisper. That's why they ask, "How the hell did you stay that calm?" Because they can't imagine themselves doing it. They can't comprehend what kind of strength it takes to hold your breath while the world shatters around you. They don't understand that self-control is the highest form of dominance. That composure under fire is rarer than any shout, stronger than any act of violence. And now they feel what they cannot shake. You. The power of your calm has become a legend in the rooms you've walked through. They speak of your stillness, like it's unnatural. They wonder if you feel anything at all. But what they don't realize is that your calm isn't cold, it's earned. Every piece of pain you didn't allow to explode outward was a brick laid in your foundation. Every moment you chose stillness over spite, you grew. You became unshakable, not because you had no storms, but because you had more storms than most, and you made peace with them. You studied your chaos, you sat with it, you understood its voice, its rage, its longing, and then you refused to let it lead. You took control, and in that control, you took everything away from the people who tried to provoke you. They wanted to see you fall apart. They wanted to see you scream, to break, to lose control, because if you did, they could say you were just like them. But you didn't. You stood there, unmoved, eyes sharp, heart still. And in that moment, they broke instead. Their storm turned inward. Their energy, unreturned, bounced back and devoured them. And now you walk with that calm like armor, not cold, not distant, just aware, selective, lethal only when absolutely necessary. They don't understand that your calm isn't the absence of power, it is the mastery of it. It is the discipline to not unleash your full force. Because you could destroy, you could level every bridge, you could silence every voice, but you choose not to. You choose peace, because you don't need to prove your fire. You are the fire, and it knows when to stay contained. You are not the storm, they are. And you're the mountain. So let them scream, let them rage, let them bring their chaos like a weapon sharpened by insecurity and pride. Let them talk behind your back, let them question your silence, let them fear your stillness. And when they fall, when the storm consumes them, stand tall, not with pride, but with certainty, because you didn't just stay calm, you let the storm kill them instead. And now, every room you enter feels your presence. Every silence you hold becomes uncomfortable to those who rely on noise. Every glance you offer carries weight they cannot decipher. You don't need to assert your value. It emanates from you. It's woven into your posture, your restraint, your stillness. And those who know. They feel it, they respect it, or they're crushed by it. But you've already won, because no matter what comes, no matter who tries to shake you, no matter how hard the storm howls, you will not be moved, you will not be provoked, you will not lose yourself in the chaos others throw at you. You've walked through worse, you've endured more, and you've come out calm, not because nothing touched you, but because you decided not to be undone by what did. That is the difference between you and them. They panic in noise. You command in silence. They react in rage. You respond with precision. They fall apart in storms. You become more still. So carry that calm into every chapter that follows. Let it be your signal to those who get it, your warning to those who don't. Let it whisper that you have seen destruction and refuse to be destroyed. Let it remind the world that true strength isn't about who roars the loudest, it's about who survives the longest. And when they ask again, as they will, with fear or awe or disbelief in their voices, how the hell did you stay that calm? Let your answer be the same. You didn't just stay calm. You let the storm kill them instead. And in that storm, only one remained. You, the last standing figure in a battlefield littered, not with bodies, but with shattered expectations, broken illusions, and the ruins of every attempt to dismantle your essence. You carry with you the quiet aftermath, the profound realization that storms are temporary, but what they leave behind can be permanent. What they leave behind is the truth of your resilience, the unspoken reverence of your strength, and the legacy of your calm. In the silence that follows the tempest, you do not seek applause or recognition. You need no validation from those who watch the storm, but never understood the calm. Because your peace is internal, your power is intrinsic. It is a force that does not shout for attention, but commands it effortlessly. Others may try to mimic your composure, but they cannot replicate the journey. The nights of wrestling with despair, the days of carrying burdens unseen, the countless moments of choosing calm over chaos. This calm is a battlefield itself. It is a war waged quietly within, a discipline forged through pain, a mastery of self that few achieve. It is knowing that anger, sorrow, fear, they are all legitimate emotions, but they do not have to dictate your actions. They do not have to define your narrative. You have rewritten the rules. You have learned to see storms not as threats, but as tools. Each gust of wind that tried to uproot you instead became the chisel shaping your character. Each bolt of lightning that sought to blind you instead illuminated the path forward. Each flood of doubt and despair that threatened to drown you instead watered the seeds of your unyielding will. Others run from storms. Others scream into the void. Others lash out in desperate attempts to reclaim control. But you meet the storm with a stillness so profound it unsettles even the fiercest winds. Because the calm is not weakness. It is the ultimate form of strength, the kind that does not need to prove itself through noise or destruction, but stands tall and unshaken, a monument to survival and sovereignty. You are a paradox wrapped in tranquility, a force that does not need to unleash itself to be felt, a presence that commands respect not through volume, but through the undeniable certainty of being. In your calm, there is a depth of understanding that only those who have faced the darkest nights can know, a knowledge that true power lies not in the storm's fury, but in the choice to remain unbroken when it passes. Let this calm be your signature, your legacy. Let it echo through every space you enter, a quiet reminder to all who face you. Storms come and go, but the calm remains. You didn't just endure the storm, you mastered it. You let it kill every doubt, every fear, every expectation that tried to chain you. You let the storm kill what was not meant to survive, so that you could rise clearer and stronger. And now, as the world looks on in disbelief and awe, as they ask with incredulity, how the hell did you stay that calm? You hold the answer within you. It is not a story told with words, but lived in every breath, every step, every moment of unshakable stillness. You didn't just stay calm, you let the storm kill them instead. And from the ashes of that storm, you became unstoppable. You are the calm after the chaos, the silence that speaks volumes, the strength that does not need to roar to be heard. You are the storm's end. You are the calm that kills, and you will endure unshaken forevermore. In the quiet aftermath of the storm, you stand not as a victim of chaos, but as its master, unyielding, unbroken, and profoundly powerful. Your calm is not mere stillness. It is the ultimate form of resistance, a deliberate choice to rise above the noise, the fury, and the madness that sought to undo you. You let the storm kill the doubts, the fears, and the lies they projected, clearing the path for your true self to emerge, stronger, sharper, and more certain than ever before. Remember this truth: storms are fleeting, but your calm is eternal. In choosing calm over chaos, you've claimed a power few possess, the power to endure, to transcend, and to command respect without uttering a word. So when they ask, "How the hell did you stay that calm?" you need only stand tall and let your unshakable presence answer for you. Because you didn't just stay calm, you let the storm kill them instead. And in that, you have already won. Your calm is not just a refuge, it's a revolution. In the face of every tempest, you chose to hold your ground, to silence the chaos not with noise, but with unwavering presence. You transformed every challenge into a test of your strength, and every storm that came for you only cleared the way for your true power to shine. This is the legacy of those who refuse to be broken. They don't fight the storm, they become the calm that outlasts it. Hello, my lovely people. You uncovered their secrets. Now they're scrambling. They never thought you would see what they were hiding. You never expected yourself to see the truth either. But it was right in front of you, waiting for you to look closer. Sometimes, the world doesn't show you what's hidden beneath the surface until you're ready. And when you are, you can't turn back. You've seen too much. You know too much. Now they can feel you closing in. They can feel your presence in the shadows of their every move. They know you know their deepest, darkest truth. And that, my friends, is power. Real, unrelenting power. You see, the game was always rigged. It was always built on deception, lies, and manipulation. They thought they could hide behind their facades, behind the masks they wore, behind the carefully constructed walls they built around their world. But you were different. You had the courage to look behind the curtain, to peel back the layers of falsehood and see the ugly truth that they thought they could bury forever. And now they're scrambling. They never thought they'd have to face the consequences of their actions. They never imagined that someone would rise up and expose them for what they truly are. But that's what you did. You're no longer the silent observer, the passive bystander. You're the force that threatens their very existence. You're the storm that they never saw coming. They underestimated you. They thought you were just like everyone else, another pawn in their twisted little game. They thought you wouldn't have the strength to fight back. They thought they could keep you in the dark, keep you obedient, keep you small. But they were wrong. And now, they know it. They feel the heat of your gaze on them, feel the walls closing in as you tighten the noose around their lives. They know you're coming for them, and it terrifies them. They can't sleep. They can't breathe. They can't escape. The truth you hold is like a fire, burning through everything they've built. And they can't stop it. They can't stop you. But you must never forget one thing. The road ahead will not be easy. You've seen the truth, yes, but now you must prepare yourself for what lies ahead. Because when you uncover secrets, when you expose the lies of those in power, they will fight back. They won't just give up. They won't just lie down and accept their fate. Number. They will strike with everything they have. They will manipulate. They will deceive. They will twist the truth. They will try to destroy your credibility, ruin your reputation, and make you question everything you know. They will use every weapon at their disposal to silence you. They will make you feel weak. They will make you feel small. They will make you doubt your every move. But you cannot falter. You cannot let them break you. You've already taken the first step. You've already looked into the darkness, and you've seen the light. You can't go back. You can't pretend you didn't see what you saw. You can't ignore the truth that now burns inside of you. You must stand tall, even when the storm rages around you. You must stay focused on your mission, on your purpose, no matter how much they try to derail you. You must be relentless. You must be a force of nature. You must show them that no amount of deception, no amount of fear will ever stop you from unveiling the truth. They will try to break you, to tear you down, but you must rise above it all. Every attack they send your way, every lie they spread about you, every attempt to silence you will only make you stronger. The more they scramble, the more they expose their weaknesses. The more they try to tear you down, the more you build yourself up, because you know the truth, and the truth is your weapon. You know what they're hiding, and that knowledge is more powerful than any weapon they can throw at you. They can try to fight back, but they can't fight the truth. The truth is unstoppable. In moments of doubt, in moments when they try to bring you down, remember why you started. Remember what you uncovered. Remember the feeling of power that surged through you when you first saw the truth for what it really was. Hold on to that feeling, because it's what will carry you through the darkest moments. It's what will keep you pushing forward when it feels like the world is closing in. You have the power, you have the strength, and they are afraid. They are terrified of you. They know they're cornered, and they know you are the one who holds the key to their destruction. Don't let them fool you into thinking they have the upper hand. They don't. They're scared, and that fear is their greatest weakness. Every time they try to manipulate the situation, every time they try to control the narrative, remember that they're running out of time. The truth you hold will always catch up to them. It will always find a way to come to light. And when it does, they will have nothing left. They will have no defense. They will be exposed for who they truly are, and they will have to face the consequences of their actions. And you will be the one standing tall when it all comes crashing down. They've underestimated you, and they will continue to do so. But you know better. You know the truth. And now, they're the ones who are scrambling. They're the ones who are fighting to keep their lives intact, to keep their power, to keep their control. But it's slipping away, piece by piece, and you are the one who is going to take it all from them. You are the one who is going to rise above it all. You are the one who is going to be victorious. So, keep going. Don't stop. Don't let them break you. Don't let them make you doubt yourself. You've already come so far. You've already uncovered their secrets. You've already exposed them for who they truly are. And now, it's time for you to finish what you started. It's time for you to take what's rightfully yours. It's time for you to become the force they never saw coming. Remember, the truth always has a way of coming to light. No matter how hard they try to hide it, no matter how much they try to bury it, the truth will always find a way. And you are the one who will make sure it does. You are the one who will make sure they pay for what they've done. You are the one who will make sure they can never hide again. So, stand tall, my lovely people. Keep your head high, keep your heart strong. And remember, they may be scrambling now, but they will never be able to escape the truth. And the truth, my friends, is unstoppable. It's yours, and nothing, no one, can ever take it away from you. Keep going, keep fighting, because you're on the path to victory, and nothing will stand in your way. You've already seen the first cracks in their walls, every lie they've told, every manipulation they've tried to pull, every attempt to keep their secrets hidden from the world. Each of these actions has already begun to unravel. They were never prepared for you, not really. They thought they could control the situation, that they could twist your perception, keep you from seeing what's truly going on behind closed doors. But now, they're in panic mode. They're scrambling because they know their time is running out. The truth you've discovered is a ticking bomb, and there's no stopping it. It's only a matter of time before it detonates, exposing everything for the world to see. The beautiful thing about truth is that it cannot be hidden forever. It may be buried, obscured or ignored for a while, but eventually it always finds its way to the surface. The darkness can only hold onto it for so long before the light shines through, ripping the lies apart piece by piece. And now that you've uncovered what they've been hiding, you are the beacon of that light. You are the one who will ensure their lies no longer remain in the shadows. You are the one who will push the world to face the uncomfortable, inconvenient truths they've worked so hard to suppress. But let me warn you, the battle you've begun is not over. This is just the beginning. Uncovering secrets is a dangerous endeavor. It will stir the hornet's nest, and those in power will lash out. They'll try to discredit you, to make you question yourself, to turn the world against you. They'll attempt to undermine your credibility with everything they have at their disposal, and trust me, they have a lot. They'll call you crazy, delusional, paranoid. They'll paint you as the villain in a story they've already written, one where they are the innocent victims, and you are the one trying to destroy everything they've worked for. But here's the truth you must cling to. They only lash out because they are afraid. They're afraid of losing their control. They're afraid of being exposed for who they truly are. And most of all, they're afraid of you, of your strength, your resilience, your refusal to be silenced. They know you're a threat, and that's why they will try to break you. But it will only make you stronger. Every time they strike, every time they try to undermine you, you must use that energy to fuel your fire, to push you forward, because they can't defeat you. Not unless you let them. Do not give them the satisfaction of seeing you crumble. They want to see you question yourself, to doubt the truth you hold. They want to confuse you, to make you second guess every step you take. But this is where you need to be unwavering. This is where you need to stay true to your purpose, no matter how many lies they throw at you. Think about it. When you expose the truth, when you reveal their secrets, it's not just about what you're showing the world. It's about what you're taking from them, their power, their control, their false sense of invulnerability. You are stripping away their illusions, layer by layer, until all that remains is the naked truth of who they really are. And they can't handle that. They can't stand the idea of being seen for what they are, vulnerable and exposed. That is why they'll fight with everything they have to stop you. But here's the thing. They can fight all they want, but they can't fight the inevitable. The truth will always rise. It might take time, it might take everything you have, but it will rise. It will break through the walls they've put up to protect their lies, and when it does, they will have no defense left. The more they try to scramble to keep the truth at bay, the more they reveal themselves. The more desperate their attempts to control the narrative, the more it exposes their true nature. And in that desperation, they will make mistakes. This is your opportunity. Every mistake they make, every weakness they show, is a step closer to your victory. It's your moment to capitalize on their panic. They will be scrambling to cover up their tracks, trying to patch the holes in their story, and you must be there, right at the moment of their vulnerability, ready to expose them. The moment they slip, the moment they falter, you must be there to amplify the truth, to push it further into the light. And in this journey, you will discover something powerful within yourself. You will discover a level of resilience you never knew you had. You will learn that you can stand in the face of their attacks, in the face of their lies, and still move forward, unwavering in your pursuit of justice. You will discover that you are not just a passive player in their game. You are the game changer. You are the one who shifts the balance of power, who turns the tide in your favor. They thought they could control you. They thought they could manipulate you. But now, you've shown them that you are the one who is in control. In the quiet moments, when the weight of the battle feels too heavy, Remember this. You didn't start this fight to be silenced. You didn't start this fight to let them win. You started it because you knew the truth mattered. You started it because you knew the world deserved to know the truth. You started it because you believed that the darkness could not be allowed to stand any longer. You began this because you were sick of watching the lies continue, sick of watching them thrive at the expense of everyone else, and you must finish it, no matter what it takes. The people around you, the ones who are still caught in the illusion, will try to tell you to stop. They'll tell you it's not worth it, that the cost is too high, that the fight is too big. But let me ask you this. What is the cost of silence? What is the price of letting these lies continue unchecked? What is the cost of allowing them to keep their power, to keep their grip on everything you know? The cost is too great. And you already know that. That's why you're here. That's why you're doing this. Because you believe the truth is worth fighting for. And you believe you are strong enough to see this fight through, no matter how long it takes. And when it's all over, when you've seen it through, when the dust settles, you will stand taller than you ever have before. You will have done what so many before you failed to do. You will have taken the secrets they tried so desperately to hide and turned them into your weapon, your shield, your strength. You will have exposed them for who they truly are. And when that moment comes, you'll know that everything you've endured, every ounce of pain, every struggle, every battle, was worth it. You are not just uncovering secrets for the sake of exposing them. You are rewriting the narrative. You are changing the course of your future. You are shaking the very foundations of the world they built and paving the way for something better, something more truthful. The world may not see it now. They may not understand the sacrifices you're making, the battles you're fighting, but one day they will, and they will thank you. They will look back on this moment, on everything you've done, and realize that you were the one who made the world a better place. You were the one who had the courage to stand up, to fight, and to ensure that the truth would never again be buried. So, stand tall, my friends. Keep pushing forward. They can scramble, they can fight, but they will never ever be able to outrun the truth. And when it comes for them, when it finally catches up to them, they'll wish they had never underestimated you. They'll wish they had never crossed the line. But by then, it will be too late. You will have won, and they will have nothing left but the wreckage of their lies. Keep going, keep fighting, and never, ever forget that the truth is your most powerful weapon. They want you to quit. They want you to give up, to turn back, to forget what you've seen. They want you to believe that the cost of unveiling the truth is too high, too dangerous, too overwhelming. But I ask you this, do you think they would fight so hard to keep you quiet if the truth didn't matter? Do you think they would expend all their energy, all their resources, just to stop you if you weren't a threat? The very fact that they are scrambling right now, the fact that they are trying to tear you down, is proof that you are winning. You are already in the driver's seat of this battle. They can feel you coming for them, and they are terrified. They're terrified because you've done something they thought no one would ever do. You've uncovered their secrets, their vulnerabilities, and now there's nowhere for them to hide. But let me be clear. While they are fighting back in desperation, they are fighting a battle they cannot win. They are fighting against time, against the inevitable, against the truth that you carry with you like a weapon. And that's the key right there, time. The longer they try to suppress you, the harder they try to bury the truth, the closer they come to their downfall. Because time is on your side. The longer they scramble, the more mistakes they'll make. The harder they try to protect their lies, the more cracks will appear in their facade. And every time they slip up, every time they make a mistake, It's another opportunity for you to strike, another moment for you to expose them further. There's something liberating about knowing that they are afraid of you. The people who have always controlled the narrative, who have always had the upper hand, who have always been able to manipulate those around them, they are afraid of you. And why? Because they know you are a force of nature. They know you cannot be bought, cannot be silenced, cannot be intimidated. You are the reckoning they never saw coming. They thought they could control everything, that their lies and deceit would keep them on top. But now, they are realizing that the very thing they tried to suppress is the thing that will ultimately destroy them, the truth. And you, my friends, are the harbingers of that truth. You are the ones who have risen above the lies, who have dared to see what others were too afraid to see. While they were busy maintaining their grip on power, you were paying attention. While they were plotting and scheming, you were learning. You were listening, watching, absorbing. And now, you are using that knowledge to turn the tide. Now, you are the one who is in control. Now you are the one calling the shots. They are scrambling, they are panicking, and you have the upper hand. This is your time. But here's the thing about power. It's fleeting. It can be won. It can be lost. It can be manipulated. And those who wield it carelessly, those who believe they have it for good, often find that it slips through their fingers the moment they stop paying attention. They may have power now, but they will lose it. You are the force that will make sure of that. Every move they make, every lie they tell, will eventually be their undoing. You've already set the wheels in motion, and now you just need to keep pushing. You just need to keep exposing them for what they are. The beauty of this moment is that you have already won. The battle has been won before it even began, because the truth always wins in the end. Their lies may have held sway for a time. Their deception may have kept them in power. But now, the tides have turned. You've uncovered what they thought was hidden. You've brought their secrets to light. And no matter how much they scramble, no matter how much they try to fight back, the truth will always come to the surface. The lies they've built, their empire on, are crumbling. The foundation they thought was solid is nothing more than sand, and you are the storm that is tearing it all apart. There will be moments, I won't lie to you, when it feels like the weight of it all is too much. There will be days when you question your strength, when you wonder if it's worth it, when you feel like the world is closing in. But I'm here to tell you, you are stronger than you know. You've already done the hard part. You've already seen what others have tried so hard to keep from you. You've already dared to challenge them, and that courage, that refusal to be intimidated, will carry you through the darkest moments, when they come at you with everything they've got, when they try to break you with their lies, their threats, their attempts to discredit you. Remember this: they are only scrambling because they know they are losing. They know that the end is near, and no matter how much they fight, they can't escape the truth. The more they try to throw you off course, the more they reveal their true nature. Every time they make an attempt to destroy you, they only weaken themselves. Every time they manipulate the narrative, they reveal their own desperation, and you must use that against them. Don't be afraid to play the long game. Patience is one of the most powerful tools you have right now. As much as you may want to see everything come crashing down immediately, as much as you may feel the burning desire for justice to be served right now, know that it will come. It will come in its own time. And when it does, it will be all the more powerful, because you've waited, you've endured, and you've fought every step of the way. As you continue down this path, don't forget why you started. Don't forget the feeling of seeing the truth for the first time. Don't forget the rage, the sense of injustice, the overwhelming desire to make it right. Hold on to that fire. Use it to fuel you when the going gets tough. Use it to remind you that you are on the side of justice, on the side of truth, and that there is no force on this earth that can stop you when you stand in your power. They are scrambling, but you are unwavering. They are fighting to protect their lives, but you are fighting to expose them. They may have the resources, the connections, the systems that have allowed them to thrive, but they don't have the one thing that matters most, the truth. And the truth, my friends, is unstoppable. It doesn't matter how many lies they tell. It doesn't matter how many people they manipulate. It doesn't matter how much they try to bury the truth. The truth will rise. The truth will find its way to the surface. And when it does, it will burn everything in its path. Their lies will fall apart. Their power will crumble. And you will be the one standing, stronger than ever, because you had the courage to stand up, to fight, and to never back down. So keep going. Don't stop. Don't give them the satisfaction of seeing you break. Don't let them make you doubt yourself. Don't let them make you question your worth. You are on the right path. You are doing what others are too afraid to do. And in the end, when the truth has been exposed, when their empire has fallen, you will stand victorious, knowing that you were the one who made it happen. You uncovered their secrets, and now they're scrambling. And it's only a matter of time before everything they've worked for crumbles into dust. And when it does, you will be the one who remains standing. You will be the one who owns the truth, and that truth will be your power. In the end, remember this: the truth is unstoppable. They may scramble, they may fight with everything they have, but the power you hold in exposing their secrets is far stronger. You've already set the wheels in motion, and now there's no turning back. They will crumble under the weight of their own lies, and you will stand tall as the one who never wavered, never backed down. Keep pushing forward. The truth will prevail, and you will be the one to ensure it does. This is your time. The battle has already been won. You just have to see it through. Welcome to the edge of everything you thought you knew. The precipice where reality twists and bends under the weight of what just happened. You are not here by accident. This is not a replay, not a rerun of the same tired stories the world wants to feed you day after day. No, today you stood witness to something far beyond ordinary, something that will echo in the shadows of time and haunt the halls of history. You didn't just watch. No, you became part of a force so profound, so unrelenting, that the universe itself had to take notice. Today, you made history. And let me tell you, history is never kind to the weak or the passive. It is written by those who dared to break the silence, who shattered the illusions and burned down the old worlds to build new ones. You were one of those people. You watched the fire, you felt the heat, but you did not step back. You leaned into the storm. You stared down the impossible, the unimaginable, and you took it by the throat. The echoes of what unfolded today will not fade quietly into the night. They will roar through the streets, the minds, and the hearts of every soul who dares to listen. No one is ready for what just went down. The old guard, the doubters, the cynics, they thought they had time, that they had control, that they could contain the chaos. They believed history was a slow and steady march, a predictable path paved by those who play it safe. But today, you tore down that narrative with your own hands. You ignited a spark so wild and untamed that it tore through the fabric of complacency. What just happened? It was a reckoning, a revelation, a revolution wrapped in the rawest form of human will and fire. Feel that pulse, that electric charge running through your veins. It's the lifeblood of change, the heartbeat of those who refuse to accept the status quo. This is not the time for half measures or timid dreams. This is the moment when everything breaks wide open, when the masks fall and the truth screams from the depths of your soul. You were not a mere observer. You were a catalyst, a disruptor, a force that refuses to be silenced or ignored. History will remember this day because you made it unforgettable. Look around you. The world you knew is shifting beneath your feet. The foundations that held us down, that tried to keep us small, are cracking. They cannot withstand the weight of your courage, your defiance. And in the cracks, new light will pour in, fierce, relentless, unstoppable. The fire you helped kindle today will spread, consuming the old lies and forging a path for something real, something raw, something truly alive. No one is ready for this because it cannot be prepared for. It cannot be predicted or controlled. It can only be lived, breathed, and owned. So hold your head high, because you carried the torch through the darkness. You stood where others fled. You made the impossible visible. And in doing so, you became part of a legacy that will refuse to be erased. History is not made in silence. It is carved with grit, with sweat, with the refusal to back down when everything tells you to give up. You embrace that struggle today, and that makes you more powerful than you realize. There will be voices trying to drown out the truth, trying to rewrite the story, to bury what just happened under layers of lies and fear. But those voices will fall away like dust in a storm, because what you are part of today is too raw, too alive to be contained by cheap words or empty promises. It's a tidal wave breaking free from the dam, a thunderclap shattering the silence, a shadow turning into a storm. And storms do not ask permission to roar, they simply do. You may feel the weight of what you carry today, the heaviness of knowing you are not the same as before. Good. You should feel that, because transformation is never easy. It is brutal, relentless, and unforgiving. But it is also the only way forward. You stepped into the fire and came out forged anew. That fire will never leave you. It will burn beneath your skin, driving you forward when the world tries to pull you back. You are not just a witness to history. You are its architect, its breaker, its creator. Look into the eyes of those who doubted you, those who said it couldn't be done, that you would fall, that you would fade away. What they never understood is that you were never here to follow the script. You rewrote it with every step, every breath, every heartbeat. You tore down the walls of fear and built bridges of defiance. You are the storm that no one saw coming, the force that no one prepared for, the shadow that becomes the dawn. Remember this feeling, this fire in your chest, this undeniable proof that you are alive in the most brutal, beautiful way possible. History is not kind to those who wait on the sidelines. It belongs to those who step into the chaos and claim it as their own. You did not just watch today, you shaped the future with your bare hands, and the world will never forget it. So, rise from this moment, not as you were, but as the force you have become. Walk forward with the knowledge that you are part of something greater than any fear, any doubt, any voice that tried to hold you back. You are the thunder breaking the silence, the spark igniting the fire, the shadow casting the dawn. No one was ready for what just went down, and that is exactly why it mattered. Because true power, true history, is made in the moments no one sees coming. You made history today. Never forget that. Never let it go. Because what you carry now is not just a memory. It is a weapon, a beacon, a promise. The world has shifted, the rules have changed, and you are the storm, they can never prepare for. You think the world will stay the same after today? Think again. There's no going back to the comfort of yesterday, no slipping quietly into the shadows of the familiar. What you were part of today pulled you into a new reality, one where complacency is a lie and the price of silence is death to the soul. You stood on the battlefield of change, unarmed in the eyes of the doubters, but armed with something far deadlier, unbreakable resolve. And that kind of power does not bow to rules. It shatters them. Every second you spent witnessing, every breath you took, while the impossible unfolded before your eyes, you were absorbing something far beyond mere events. You were absorbing the raw essence of what it means to be alive in a world that constantly tries to cage you. You were handed the keys to a prison that was never meant for you to hold, and you used them. You used them to unlock a force that will ripple across time like a tidal wave nobody can stop. They say history is a series of moments, but it's more than that. It's a living, breathing beast made from the collective fire of those who refuse to be erased. You fed that beast today. Your spirit is a spark in a darkness that's been waiting for a light like yours to break free. And make no mistake, this light is not gentle. It does not whisper. It screams and roars and demands the world rearrange itself around it. Feel that weight settle on your shoulders, because carrying the aftermath of this day is no light task. You hold the responsibility of the witness, the burden of the participant, the scars of the fighter. But within that weight lies something else, a promise of transformation so deep, it will change not just you, but everyone who dares to follow your path. You have crossed a line from which there is no retreat. That line is carved in fire and blood, etched into the bones of a new era. There will be those who try to claim this moment for themselves, to dilute it, to spin it into something manageable, something that fits neatly into their comfortable stories. They will offer you lies wrapped in sugar, promises that sound like hope but taste like poison. Don't listen. The truth you carry is too fierce, too real for their chains. It cannot be tamed by words or sold for favors. It exists beyond their grasp because it belongs to those who are willing to face the abyss and still raise their fists. You stood at the edge of that abyss today. You looked into it and found not despair, but power. Not fear, but fuel. This power will haunt you in the best way possible. It will haunt your nights, your days, the quiet moments when the world thinks you've forgotten. But you haven't. You can't. Because this power is a living fire inside you, a relentless force that will burn away everything that tries to hold you back. You might wonder what comes next. What path lies beyond this chaos, this raw upheaval? The answer is simple. Whatever you want it to be, because the world is cracked open and spilled its secrets. The illusion of control is dead. The old scripts have been burned, and in their ashes, the blank pages wait for you. You have the pen. You have the ink. Write not for the timid, but for the wild ones, the relentless, the unbreakable. This is your moment to own, to stand taller than you ever have before, to demand that the world recognize the force you've become. They will try to quiet you. They will try to erase the fire you lit today, but they will fail. Because fire is not a thing that can be contained. It spreads, consumes, transforms. And you are the wildfire. You are the storm. Remember, greatness is not given. It is seized in moments of chaos and forged in the crucible of resistance. Today, you seized that greatness. You did not just watch the story unfold. You rewrote its course with every breath, every heartbeat. You made history. And history is not a gentle thing. It is raw, it is savage, it is relentless, and it belongs to those who dare to make it their own. So as the world tries to catch its breath, as the dust settles on what just went down, you stand ready, ready to rise from the ashes of the old and claim the dawn of the new, ready to carry this fire into the darkest corners, into every shadow that thought it could hide from the truth. Because you are the storm they whispered about but never believed would come. You are the history that no one expected, the future they never prepared for. No one is ready for what just went down, and that's exactly why it matters. Because the moment the world thinks it's ready is the moment is lost. But you stepped into the breach before the world knew it had to change. You made history, and that history is alive, breathing, unstoppable. Hold that truth in your chest like a weapon. Carry it into every day that follows. Let it drive you when the nights are dark and the voices tell you to fall back. Because you didn't come this far to fade into the background. You came here to burn so bright that no one will ever forget the night the world shifted when you made history. You can feel it in the silence after the storm, the calm that isn't peace, but the breath before the next explosion. That silence is heavy with promise, with danger, with the weight of everything that just changed. You don't just carry this moment in your memory, you carry it in your bones, in the way your heart pounds harder now, in the way your mind races when the world tries to lull you back into comfort. But comfort is a cage. And today, you shattered the bars. You are not the same person who walked into this. Something inside you was awakened, something fierce, something unyielding. That spark is the essence of true power, the kind that cannot be silenced by fear, cannot be diluted by doubt. It's a force that breaks through the walls built by those who want to keep you small. Today, you tore those walls down with nothing but your will and the undeniable truth of your presence. This isn't about fame or glory. It's about something far deeper, the unshakable knowledge that you exist on your own terms, that the world may try to define you, limit you, box you in, but it can never contain the fire that burns inside you. You made history today because you refused to accept the roles handed to you by the past. You forged your own path through the darkness, and in doing so, you've become a beacon for everyone who's ever been told they don't belong. No one is ready for what just went down because it defies every expectation, every rule, every lie that's been fed to us about what's possible. You didn't just step into history, you shattered the mold. You tore apart the narrative that the world tried to write for you and penned a new story with raw, unfiltered courage. This story isn't neat or easy. It's jagged, brutal, and real. It's a story that demands respect because it's forged in the fires of truth. Remember, the path you walk from here won't be smooth. History is never made on flat ground. It's carved from struggle, sweat, and moments that test every fiber of your being. But that's where real growth lives. That's where you prove not just to the world, but to yourself what you're truly made of. You can feel the tremors beneath your feet, the ripples of change spreading outward, shaking the foundations of everything that tried to hold you down. And now, you carry the burden of being a pioneer, a rebel, a force of nature. You are the echo of a moment too big to be forgotten, the pulse of a revolution born in the heart of chaos. Every step you take from here forward carries the weight of what you helped create today. That weight is heavy, yes, but it is also a crown forged not of gold, but of fire and unbreakable spirit. There will be voices that try to undermine your truth, that whisper doubts and sow fear. Ignore them. They are the noise of a world unprepared for the storm you've become. You are beyond their reach now. You exist in a realm where power is defined not by permission, but by presence. You made history because you showed up when no one else dared, because you stood when others fell, because you believed in a truth that cannot be silenced. So rise, not just for yourself, but for the countless others who will look to you and see what's possible when fear is cast aside. Your story will become a beacon, a rallying cry for those who have been waiting for a sign, for a reason to fight, for proof that change is not just a dream, but a living, breathing force. You hold that proof now, and it is alive in every fiber of your being. No one was ready for what just went down because the world has never seen anything like you. You are the spark that ignited a wildfire, the shadow that swallowed the light and turned it into something new. History will remember this day because you were not just a spectator. You were the storm, the fire, the unstoppable force that changed everything. Hold on to that. Hold on to it when the days get dark, when the world tries to pull you back into the shadows of doubt. This is your truth, your power, your legacy. You didn't just watch, you made history. And that history is a flame that will never be extinguished. You feel it, don't you? That relentless pulse echoing inside, the unshakable truth that you are no longer a bystander in this world's story. You're a force that moved, a force that shattered the mold, a force that changed the very rhythm of the game. You didn't just witness history, you forced it to bow to your presence. The ground beneath your feet may still tremble from the impact, and the air around you is thick with the scent of change, raw and electric. This is not some fleeting moment to be forgotten by the next sunrise. This is the genesis of something greater, a seismic shift in the way the world breathes and moves. The eyes that watched you, some in awe, some in disbelief, others in fear, are the eyes of a world unprepared for the magnitude of what you brought into existence. You walked through fire and came out blazing, not broken or tamed. You became the embodiment of relentless will, a testament to what happens when the human spirit refuses to bow or break. This world, with all its chains and false promises, could never contain the force that now courses through your veins. It tried, and it failed spectacularly. You carry the scars and the glory of this day, like a warrior who knows that pain is part of power. Every ache is a reminder of the battle. Every mark, a symbol of survival and triumph. History is not kind to the faint-hearted. It is ruthless, demanding, and unforgiving. But it is also fiercely loyal to those who rise above, who face the abyss and stare it down without flinching. You did that today. You are that. And because of that, the world has shifted on its axis. There is no going back. The illusions have been ripped away, the masks have fallen, and the truth stands naked and blazing in the center of the storm. This truth is raw, untamed, and undeniable. It is the force that will drive you forward when every voice screams for you to stop, when every shadow tries to pull you back into the darkness of complacency. You have tasted what it means to be truly alive, and you cannot settle for anything less again. No one is ready for this because the fire you hold cannot be predicted or controlled. It is a wildfire, consuming everything in its path, transforming destruction into creation, fear into strength, chaos into order. You are the spark that lit that fire. You are the storm that no one saw coming, but that everyone will remember. And the echoes of this day will ripple outwards, touching lives, breaking chains, inspiring revolutions in places you may never see. Understand this. The road ahead will be brutal. History's path is never smooth, never kind. It demands sacrifice, endurance, and an unwavering belief in your own power. You will face storms, and you will have moments where the weight of what you carry feels unbearable. But within those trials lies the crucible of transformation. You will emerge stronger, sharper, more unbreakable than ever before. You are the legacy of today's fire. You are the living proof that when the world tells you no, you say yes, louder, fiercer, and without hesitation. You made history because you refused to stand down, because you believed in a future others couldn't even imagine. And now, that future belongs to you. The blank pages are yours to write on, the battlefield is yours to claim, and the world, no matter how unready, will have to bow to the force you represent. Carry this moment like a blade forged in the fiercest heat. Use it to cut through the lies, the fear, the doubt that will try to surround you. Let it be your armor and your weapon. Because what you made today is more than history. It's a declaration. A declaration that you exist beyond limits, beyond expectations, beyond the grip of those who sought to hold you down. No one was ready for what just went down. And that's the greatest truth of all. Because the world's readiness is irrelevant in the face of true power. Power that moves without permission, power that changes everything in an instant. You didn't just watch, you made history, and that history will burn bright, unrelenting, unforgettable. So now, as the dust begins to settle and the noise fades into memory, stand tall in the silence you helped create. Because this silence is not emptiness, it's reverence. It's the world pausing to catch up to what you've done. You shattered illusions. You rewrote what was possible, and the echo of that truth will ring for generations. Let them say what they will. Let the ones who didn't see it coming try to explain it away. But deep down, they all know something irreversible just happened, and you were the reason why. You didn't just watch, you moved the earth beneath your feet. Carry this day in your chest like a heartbeat that will never slow. Let it remind you, in every struggle yet to come, of what you're capable of. When the fire is lit and the moment demands everything, don't retreat, don't shrink, expand, rise. Alpha family, tonight, the world tried to define you. They tried to shape you and label you, but they never truly understood you. They thought they had it all figured out. They dealt the cards as they saw fit. They handed you the hand they believed you deserved. They placed limits and boundaries on you. They imposed their rules and their expectations. But little did they know that there was something in you that they couldn't control, something they couldn't predict, something that would shatter their illusions and turn the tables forever. Tonight, we stand together as a testament to the power of resilience, the force of will, the spirit of those who refuse to accept the cards they were dealt, but instead choose to play their own game and rise beyond what anyone thought possible. They dealt the cards, but you had the ace up your sleeve. They saw the struggle. They saw the challenges. They saw the obstacles, and they assumed you would break. They thought the weight of the world would crush you beneath its boot heel. They thought the pain and the sacrifice would be your undoing. They believed the disappointments and the failures would silence your voice, but they underestimated the fire within you. They couldn't see the hidden strength, the unbreakable spirit that refuses to bend or bow in the face of adversity. They didn't know that every time you were knocked down, you came back stronger, and every time they tried to bury you, beneath the weight of their doubt, you rose from the ashes like a phoenix reborn. They never saw the ace up your sleeve, and that ace is your unyielding will, your refusal to conform to their expectations, your desire to transcend their limitations and rewrite your own story. They dealt the cards, but you had the ace up your sleeve. For too long you've been told who you are and who you should be. They labeled you, they defined you, they made assumptions about your worth and your potential. They judged you based on what they saw on the surface, and they missed the depth of your soul. They missed the fire that burns inside you, the hunger for greatness that refuses to be extinguished. They couldn't see your vision because they were too blinded by their own narrow worldview. They couldn't understand that you were meant for more, that your destiny was never going to be confined to their small-minded expectations. They didn't realize that you were destined to rise above their limitations, to shatter their glass ceilings, and to redefine what it means to be truly successful. They dealt the cards, but you had the ace up your sleeve. You see, the game was never fair. The rules were never meant to give you a fair shot. The deck was stacked against you. From the very beginning, they gave you the cards they thought would hold you back. The cards they thought would limit your potential. The cards they thought would define your future. But what they didn't know is that you were never going to play by their rules. You were never going to let their expectations shape your path. Instead, you took their cards and you turned them into weapons. You reshuffled the deck, you rewrote the rules, and you played the game on your own terms. You didn't let them decide your fate. You decided it for yourself because you knew that no matter what hand you were given, you had the power to make it work. You had the strength to push forward. You had the heart to keep going. No matter how many times you were knocked down, you had the ace up your sleeve, and that ace was your belief in yourself. Your ability to overcome anything that came your way. They dealt the cards, but you had the ace up your sleeve. In moments of doubt, when the world seemed against you, when the obstacles seemed insurmountable, when the pain threatened to drown you, you found a way to keep going. You didn't let their voices of doubt echo louder than your own inner strength. You didn't let their negativity poison your mind. You didn't let their limitations become your reality. You kept your eyes focused on the prize, on the vision you had for your life, and you kept pushing forward with everything you had inside you, because you knew that in the end, the only person who could truly define your future was you. You knew that no matter what anyone else said or did, you were the one in control. You were the one who had the power to shape your own destiny. They dealt the cards, but you had the ace up your sleeve. It wasn't easy. It never is when you're fighting for your dreams, when you're working against the tide, when you're swimming upstream against all odds. It's never easy. But you kept going because you understood that the struggle was part of the process. You understood that the pain was temporary, but the strength you would gain from overcoming it would last forever. You understood that the hardships would only make you stronger. The setbacks would only teach you valuable lessons. The failures would only prepare you for the success that was coming. You understood that every time they tried to knock you down, every time they told you it couldn't be done, every time they tried to tell you to quit, you were just getting started, because deep down you knew that you were capable of so much more than they could ever imagine. They dealt the cards, but you had the ace up your sleeve. And now, the time has come for you to rise up and claim what is rightfully yours, to take the reins of your destiny and steer it toward the greatness you always knew was within you. The time has come for you to show the world that you are no longer bound by their limitations, no longer held back by their doubts, no longer confined to their expectations. It's time for you to rise and show them that you are a force to be reckoned with, that nothing can stop you, nothing can hold you back, nothing can take away your power, your potential, your dreams, because you hold the ace that no one saw coming, the ace that makes all the difference, the ace that will change the course of your life forever. They dealt the cards, but you had the ace up your sleeve. So when they tell you it's impossible, when they tell you to give up, when they tell you that you're not enough, you can smile, knowing that you already have everything you need to succeed. You already have the power, the strength, the heart, the mind to make it happen. You already have the ace, and that ace is your unwavering belief in yourself, your ability to overcome any obstacle, your refusal to let anyone define your worth, your relentless pursuit of your dreams. They dealt the cards, but you had the ace up your sleeve. It's time to show the world that you are not just another player in the game. You are a force to be reckoned with. You are someone who won't be controlled, won't be defined by their limitations, won't be stopped by their doubts, because you know who you are and you know what you're capable of. So go out there and play your hand with confidence. Play your hand with power. Play your hand with the knowledge that you are the one who holds the winning card. You are the one who controls the game. You are the one who decides your fate. Because no matter how they try to play you, no matter how they try to beat you, you hold the ace that will lead you to victory. They dealt the cards, but you had the ace up your sleeve, and it's time to let it shine. The world is watching. Every single person who ever doubted you, every person who ever tried to put you in a box, to limit your potential, to tell you that you are not enough, is about to witness the power of your truth. They don't know what you've been through, the sleepless nights, the sacrifices, the moments where you wanted to quit, where it felt like the weight of the world was pushing you into the dirt. They don't know the pain behind your smile, the struggles behind your strength, the determination behind your every step forward. They only saw a glimpse of what you allowed them to see, a version of you that they thought they could predict, a version that fit neatly within their expectations, within their narrow perception of who you were and what you could become. But tonight, that version of you ends. Tonight, you step into your power. Tonight, you show the world who you really are. And when you do, they will realize just how wrong they were. When you finally stand in the fullness of your truth, it will be a moment that changes everything. Because the world loves to place limits on people, to tell them that certain things are out of their reach, that certain dreams are too big, too impossible, that there are people who are simply born to succeed and others who are not. But you were never meant to fit into their mold. You were never meant to play by their rules. They may have dealt the cards, but you knew the whole time that there was more to this game than they could ever understand. You knew that hidden beneath the surface, beneath the doubts, beneath the assumptions, there was a fire inside you that refused to go out, no matter how hard the storm raged. They saw the surface, but they didn't see the depth. They saw your struggle, but they didn't see your strength. They thought they could break you, but they didn't realize that with every hardship, you were only becoming more powerful. You were built for this. You were built to overcome every obstacle, to rise higher than anyone ever thought possible. You've been tested, tried, and pushed to your limits, but you didn't break. You didn't crumble under the weight of their expectations. You didn't surrender when life tried to knock you down. You kept going, and every step you took was one step closer to your truth, one step closer to your greatness. Every moment of pain, every failure, every setback, they were simply building blocks in the foundation of your success. And now, you stand on top of all that you've been through, stronger, wiser, and more ready than ever to claim what is rightfully yours. They never knew what you were capable of. They never understood the depth of your power. But tonight, you show them. It doesn't matter how many times you've been knocked down. What matters is how many times you've gotten back up. It doesn't matter how many people tried to hold you back, to tell you that you couldn't, that you weren't enough. What matters is that you didn't listen. You didn't let their words define you. You didn't let their doubts become your reality. Instead, you took their doubt and turned it into fuel. You took their skepticism and used it as motivation. Because deep down, You knew that they could never truly see your potential, that they could never truly understand what you were capable of. They saw your mistakes, they saw your failures, they saw your struggles, but they didn't see the warrior that you were becoming in the process. They didn't see the champion that was emerging from the fire. They couldn't see the ace you had hidden up your sleeve, but you knew it was there. And now, it's time to play it. This is your moment. This is the moment when all the work, all the sacrifice, all the blood, sweat, and tears you've poured into your dream comes to fruition. This is the moment when you rise up and show the world that you are not just a survivor. You are a conqueror. You are a force of nature. You are a storm that can't be contained, a fire that can't be extinguished. They thought they had you figured out, that they could predict your every move, that they could control your destiny. But they were wrong, because your destiny is not in their hands. It never was. It has always been in your hands, and now you are taking it, and you are shaping it with your own two hands. You are the one who decides your future. You are the one who decides your worth. You are the one who controls the game. And tonight, you're showing everyone that the rules they tried to impose on you no longer apply. You've already come so far, but the journey is far from over. In fact, it's only just begun. There will be more challenges. There will be more moments when life tries to knock you down. There will be people who try to tell you that you can't, that you shouldn't, that you're not good enough. But remember this, you have already proven them wrong. You've already shown them that you are stronger than they ever gave you credit for. And every challenge that comes your way will only make you stronger. Every obstacle will only push you to rise higher. Every setback will only prepare you for the next level of success. So when life tries to throw you off course, remember the ace you have up your sleeve. Remember that you have the power to overcome anything that comes your way. You've already done it once, and you will do it again. The people who doubted you, the people who tried to hold you back, the people who tried to tell you that you couldn't, they're watching now. They're watching as you rise higher than they ever thought possible. They're watching as you take control of your destiny and shape your future with your own hands. And they won't be able to deny it. They won't be able to ignore the power of your belief in yourself, the strength of your will, the force of your determination. Because what they didn't realize is that you were never just playing the game. They were. And now, it's your turn. It's your turn to rewrite the rules, to take the reins, to play your hand and show them that no matter what cards they dealt, you will always have the ace. This is your time. This is your moment to shine. You've earned it. You've fought for it. You've sacrificed for it. And now, nothing is going to stop you. Every challenge you've faced, every setback you've overcome, every person who ever doubted you has led you to this moment. You are ready. You are capable. You are unstoppable. And nothing and no one will ever take that from you. So stand tall, stand proud, and show the world what happens when you refuse to accept the cards you were dealt. Show them that you are the one who holds the power. Show them that you are the one who decides your fate. And above all else, show them that you are just getting started, because they dealt the cards, but you had the ace up your sleeve all along. You've proven that nothing can stop you. You've shown the world that no matter what they throw your way, you will rise above it. The challenges, the hardships, the betrayals, the losses, they were all part of the journey. You never saw them as barriers, but as stepping stones to your greatness. And now, you stand taller than ever, stronger than you've ever been, and more prepared for whatever the future holds, because you've learned the most important lesson that life can teach. The only person who can truly limit you is you. There's something incredibly powerful about knowing your worth and having the confidence to act on it. People may have tried to hold you back, tried to convince you that you weren't enough, but you've proven them wrong time and time again. They thought they had you figured out. They thought they could anticipate your next move, but you were always one step ahead. You were playing the game on your terms, even when it seemed like the odds were stacked against you. You didn't let their negativity and limited perspectives dictate your path. The truth is, those who doubted you didn't realize the depth of your potential. They saw only what was on the surface, and they mistakenly thought that was all there was to you. They didn't see your heart, your spirit, the unwavering strength that carried you through every storm. They didn't know the power of your mind, the drive that fueled your every action, the fire that burned inside you when everything seemed impossible. They thought you were weak, but you were never weak. You were just patient. You were just waiting for the right moment, for the time when the world would be ready for you to step into your full power. And now that moment has come. You've spent so long proving your worth to others, but the real victory is in the fact that you finally learned to prove your worth to yourself. You've come to realize that the only validation you need is your own. You don't need anyone's permission to rise. You don't need anyone's approval to succeed. You don't need anyone's approval to be the best version of yourself. The people who tried to tear you down, they can watch from the sidelines as you continue to climb higher and higher, as you show them that their doubts were nothing more than noise in the background of your symphony of success. And they'll have no choice but to listen, because your success, your power, your rise isn't just for you. It's for everyone who ever believed in you. It's for the ones who stood by you when the world was against you. It's for the people who knew, even when you doubted yourself, that you were destined for something great. You're not just doing this for you. You're doing it for everyone who has ever been told they weren't good enough, strong enough, or worthy enough. You're doing it for every single person who's ever been made to feel small, to feel insignificant, to feel like their dreams were unreachable. You're doing it for all of them, because when you rise, you don't rise alone. You rise for all of us. The greatest gift you can give the world is to show them what's possible when someone dares to believe in themselves. When you shine, you light the path for others to follow. You prove that it's not about where you come from or what cards you were dealt. It's about what you choose to do with them. It's about how you choose to play the hand you've been given. You have the ability to change not only your life, but the lives of those around you. You can inspire, you can lead, you can create change. The world needs your light. The world needs your voice. The world needs you to show up, to stand tall, to be the person you were always meant to be. But here's the thing. Success isn't just about the destination. It's about the journey. It's about who you become along the way. And every step you've taken has shaped you into the person you are today. Stronger, wiser, more resilient. Every struggle, every obstacle, every setback has been a lesson that has prepared you for the next phase of your journey. And you're not just surviving, you're thriving. You're flourishing in the face of adversity. You're taking everything that life throws at you and turning it into fuel for your fire. You're transforming pain into power. And that's the mark of someone who will not be stopped. When you look back on all that you've been through, you'll realize that the struggles weren't punishments. They were your training ground. They were your preparation for the greatness that lies ahead. Every challenge was meant to push you further, to make you stronger, to test your resolve and your belief in yourself. And every time you faced adversity, you rose to the occasion. Every time you stumbled, you got back up. You didn't let the tough times define you. You used them to refine you, to become the person you are today. Unstoppable, relentless, and ready to conquer anything. Now, as you stand on the precipice of everything you've dreamed of, you have a choice to make. Will you continue to play small, to live within the confines of what others expect of you? Or will you rise up and show the world that you are capable of so much more than they could have ever imagined. The world is ready for you. The universe is waiting for you to step into your greatness, to claim what is yours. And when you do, there will be no turning back. You've already proved to yourself that you are more than capable. You've already overcome so much. But the best part? The best part is that you're just getting started. You've only scratched the surface of what you're capable of. The future is yours for the taking. It doesn't matter how many times you've fallen, or how many people have tried to tell you that you couldn't. What matters is that you're still standing, you're still here, and now you're ready to take what's yours. So go ahead, step into your power, show the world what you're made of. Take the cards you've been dealt and turn them into a royal flush. Play your hand with confidence. You've got the ace up your sleeve, you've always had it, and now it's time to let it shine. In the end, it's simple. You were never defined by the cards you were dealt. You've always had the power to rewrite your story, to rise above every obstacle, and to claim your greatness. The world may have doubted you, but that only fueled your fire. Now, it's your time. Play your hand with confidence. Own your power, because you have the ace, and it's time to let it shine.